Good evening. Good evening. We are live. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Healthy Living with Dr. Linda Mitchell. And for those of you that do not know me, I am a mother of two beautiful children, a wife, the owner of a beautiful fur baby. That's a Nikita. I am a holistic health coach, an author, a 5-time international speaker, and I love sharing information to inspire you to live a healthy lifestyle. Tonight's show is all about living your dreams. It's all about those dreams that you've got in your head that you want to bring forth into fruition and allow them to come true, right? So I've created this show because I love meeting amazing people. And I love bringing them forth so they can inspire you to live your best life. So tonight, my guest is Dr. Alicia George. She's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to give you her bio. But before I do that, I would like to do tonight's health tip that is inspired by Sweetheart Mitchell Collection. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about our organic sea moss peach cobbler gel. That's right. I said peach cobbler, y'all. We have an organic sea moss peach cobbler gel. We have over 50 different sea moss blends, and this is our latest blend, our peach cobbler blend by special request, of course. It tastes absolutely amazing. It tastes like peaches. Yes, it tastes like peaches. And some people ask, well, what is it good for, Linda? It's loaded with antioxidants. It's loaded with 92 minerals that give you energy, yes, and it tastes good. You can add it to your oatmeal, you can add it to your yogurt, you can add it to your coffee and to your tea and enjoy. And guess what? You can add it to your ice cream. That's right. I said ice cream. I don't know if you know it, but peaches and ice cream go really well together. And why not give yourself 92 minerals on top of your ice cream and enjoy that ice cream with this peach cobbler flavored sea moss gel. And so go to our website, www.sweetheartmitchellcollection.com. Again, www.sweetheartmitchellcollection.com and order your peach cobbler sea moss gel today. All right, so that was our health tip for today. And let's get into this amazing show because I'm super excited about my guest tonight, Dr. Alicia George. And I just really want to say, if you're a business owner, or if you own a nonprofit, or if you just have a hobby that you're doing, you want to watch this show because Dr. Alicia George is absolutely amazing. We're going to be talking about bringing your vision and your dreams to life, okay? She is a vision and a dream coach. She has worked with Black-owned companies like World of Curl. That's right, World of Curl. Y'all remember World of Curl? Johnson Publishing Products, Soft Sheen. Remember Soft Sheen? I know y'all remember Soft Sheen. And L'Oreal USA, just to name a few. She's a powerhouse, and she's so eager to share with you what she has, the knowledge that she has gained and learned from these corporate companies, working with them year over year and learning about branding and learning about how to put your products out there so folks will want to purchase them. And putting yourself out there so people can really see who you are and know your vision and know your dreams just by you putting a post on social media or just by you sharing in a strategic way that helps your business to thrive. So without further ado, I want to bring on this very busy, very amazing woman, Dr. Alicia George.
Hi, Linda.
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
I am fantabulous tonight. I am super excited to be here with you.
Well, you look amazing. I'm loving that red. It's just popping right off of you.
Thank you. Thank you. You got to keep the brand together.
Yes, ma'am. I'm learning so much about you and, learning how to put our brand out there in a way that it makes sense. right? I'm
Yes.
learning. And this show is really all about learning and connecting you to our local audience so they can ask you questions as well. But first, I want to start by having you share your version of who you are because your bio is absolutely fantastic. And so,
Oh,
if you could just tell the viewers in your version, who are you and why do you do what you do?
wow. Well, first of all, I am a Caribbean girl. I'm from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and I've lived in California for over 30 something years. And this journey has just been great. I have come a long way from working in the beauty industry. I am the mother of one son. His name is Shahid, and he is the love of my life. I am also a pastor. I have pastored a church for over 14 years, and right now I am just ready and eager to help people get their businesses started. That's who I am, and that's what I do. I help dreams to come alive.
I love it. I love it. What drives you, Dr. Alicia? What makes you want to help others with their brand, with their dreams, with their vision? What is your why?
My why is because when I wanted to, there was no one around that I could really go to. When I had dreams, when I had visions, when I thought about doing a product or starting a business, I did not know who to turn to. I did not know someone that would guide me and direct me and give me the ins and outs. Although I had worked in corporate America and I've been around so many people, I could not pinpoint one of those people that I could go to and say, listen, this is my vision, this is my dream, can you help me? I'm not saying that they would not have had I pinpointed someone, but it was not known to me
Yeah.
who that person would be. So that's my drive, to be available to help others.
Well, talk to me a little bit about your background with the companies that you worked with that make Black-owned products. What was that like, and what specifically did you do for them?
Okay, well, let me start at the beginning. I moved to California right after a huge hurricane in the Virgin Islands. And so I had a friend living in California that was also from the Virgin Islands that said to me, I have a project going at this company that I started to work for. It's called Worlds of Curls, and I need some help. And I know you're the girl. Would you come to California? And after being in Atlanta for just 6 weeks, I said, yes, I will. And I came to California. And it was very interesting because I had never really seen a Black company where all the employees, the 90% of the employees were Black and were all working together in unison. That was really different for me. And my task was to work and to help to create a brand of cosmetics that was called Simply Satin Cosmetics. So my girlfriend and I, we worked together. We produced the line along with the other people that we worked with. But then my job became distribution of the product. I knew nothing about distribution. I didn't even know how to drive on the right hand side of the road.
Wow.
Okay, because we drive on the left. So that meant that here I am in a new environment, something completely different, something completely new, but I was up to the challenge. And so when we created Simply Satin Cosmetics, I started to seek out the opportunities for it. And first, we started with Kmart. Then we went to New York to Dwayne Reed's, which was a huge cosmetic carrier. They were a drugstore. And then the icing on the cake was when we actually got into Walmart. And
Wow.
so that was the journey at Worlds of Curls, actually working with cosmetics. They were mainly a hair care company because they were the creator of Worlds of Curls product, the moisturizer for the Jerry curl at that time. But the visionary of Mr. Davy, the vision of Mr. Davy was so vast. He did not just want to stick to hair. He wanted to include the entire woman. So he decided, let's do a cosmetic brand.
Wow. That, whoo, I can only imagine how exciting that must have been for you getting on the shelves in Walmart.
Yes,
Oh, that's a lot of people's dreams. They want to get
yes,
in Target, they want to get in Walmart. And,
yes.
you know, um, talk to us about that. How do people get their products into these major brands and do it in a way where they're able to sustain it?
Yeah, first of all, the vision has got to be that you're able to fulfill the quantities
Come on,
that are
talk.
going to be in demand.
Woo, say
And
it.
so our strategy was not, we did not want to be in every Kmart. We wanted to be in 50 stores to begin with so that we could manage
Yeah.
what we had bitten off per se, because here we are,
Mhm.
a black company coming with a black product per se, cosmetics. And so with that, what we did, we were very strategic. We started out small and we grew big. To maintain the product, I managed 15 women that were called merchandisers. And
Merchandise.
so I would assign merchandisers because now we are in different states. We're not just in California. So I would have these women in different areas in different states, my merchandisers that would physically go into Kmart, set up and do makeup demonstrations for women that would walk in there. We had a huge sampling program
Okay.
of the products where anyone that walked in, we would give them a brochure, we would give them a sample of the product, whether it be the foundation or a tiny lipstick. You had to work. It did not just happen overnight because this was new to a lot of people. Yes, there were other cosmetics such as Fashion Fair. There
Hmm.
was Naomi Sims Cosmetics, but they were mainly department store cosmetics. Here we come with a whole vision for the drugstores,
Wow.
for mass market, as Kmart and Walmart is called mass market. And so the strategy had to be different. It could not be the same strategy that you did in the major department stores. So it took a lot of manpower, it
Yeah.
took a lot of organization, and it took a lot of sampling to get it done.
So what I hear you saying, Dr. Alicia, is that there comes a time when we're ready for that particular step to go mass. You called it mass market. What did you call it?
Yes, mass market,
Mass
mass
market.
distribution. Yes, into mass market. Uh-huh.
But there are things that you have to do to make sure that once you hit those shelves, you can mass produce your products in volume
Yes,
to be able to sustain the
yes,
purchase orders, right? Or the
yes,
demands of the suppliers.
yes, definitely. And the thing of it is, you have to start with the buyer.
Okay.
You have to start with the buyer. You have to know the company. You have to research. You have to know um, who the buyer is for the department that because there are different buyers for different areas. And so once you find out who the buyer is, if you can get an appointment, because sometimes they will put you off. So you have to have your presentation
Yeah.
together. I do understand that today, going into places like maybe Targets and Amazon, it may be a different approach because I have not done this in, I would say, the last 12 years. It may be a lot different, but in my days, that relationship
Yeah.
that you came together with the buyer was going to be very, very important. Because listen, if you know, a lot of times people say to you, and this is a fact, people buy from you because they like you. It's
Hmm.
not necessarily sometimes the product, but it's how you present,
Come
how
on.
you, yes, and those are some of the things that you have to have rapport and relationships with the
Yes.
buyers. You have to look at strategic price points. Will this be the right price point for
Yeah.
this particular product in this particular area? So it's not just selling the product, getting in there and having it on the shelves. Once it's in there, once you've done all of that, it's the movement. Because if you're not moving the product, you're not going to stay in there.
They're going to pull you off the shelf,
They're going
right?
to pull you off the shelf. And when you start to look at the terminology, it's usually called SKUs. How many SKUs do you have? SKUs. How many SKUs do you have in that? How many of them can you maintain? Sometimes some of your SKUs that are the slower sellers may get caught.
Oh.
And so those are the type of things that you have to really look at when you are going into mass market and those type of stores. Yes.
So, Dr. Alicia, do they charge you extra to be on a certain shelf or certain eye level in the stores?
It depends.
Okay.
There are programs that you can enter into, depending on how you sell in your product to them. It depends. So I wouldn't want to say that because it depends on the agreement that you are going to make specifically for your product within them. But there's always ways of it's tricky. There's always ways of getting your product to be the more prominent product. I'll say that.
Is it about relationship?
It's about relationship and it's about what you can offer.
So Dr. Alicia, are you
Yes.
there? Okay,
Yes, you were frozen a little bit. Yeah.
Internet lapse. I'm
Okay.
back. How do you
Mhm.
establish a relationship with your buyer?
First of all, it's knowing the buyer's name. Once you know the buyer's name, you may call 5, 6 times before their assistant agrees for an appointment. You usually may have to send some product ahead for them to examine the product to even see if it's something that they want to consider having on their shelves. Once that appointment is made and you touch bases with that buyer, sometimes you've got to really rely on what your first impression is. You need to have together your presentation. You need to know your price point. You need to know how is this product going to benefit them. Why should they even carry the product? And once you sit down and you speak with the buyer and understand what her needs are, what she's trying to accomplish, and then if your line may be not quite ready for that, you can make some adjustments. You can say, give me a month. I'll make these adjustments. We can meet again, but you have got to really be on your game, because if your first time impression is not right, they're not going to see you a second time.
Wow. Oof, you got to be ready. You got to have your game plan together. So that's what you help people with, getting that presentation together. So when they come to that buyer, they're prepared.
What I do is I help Christian women in businesses.
Okay.
The first thing is to identify what it is their vision and their dream is. What is that product? What is that ministry? Whatever it is, let's identify what you want to do. And then the question that you asked me, why you want to do it. Once we've identified that, then we go into the creating stage. Okay. We create, if it's a line of product, if it's a presentation, whatever it is that they have in mind, then we go into the creating stage. And then there's the launch stage. I take you to the launch. I prepare you from identifying, creating to the launch. If I am going to work with you for distribution, it's a whole other game. And right now, I'm sticking to my game plan. Identify, create, and launch. I'm not into the distribution part of it at this stage in my life. I've done that. I've enjoyed it. I can tell you, but it's not something that I physically, actively am doing, neither do I want to do. That's why it's important to understand who you are. Mm-hmm. And what your goals really are, so that you are not forced to cross over into places that you do not want to go or that you're not ready for. So
That's
I
right.
stick to what it is I do as a coach.
That's really good. Focus. It sounds like you have a very niche market. You're clear about what you do, helping Christian women with their vision, right? And launching, you said launching their actual, product. Like we're getting ready to launch a new line. I'm not going to announce it yet on here, but,
Okay,
I
okay.
can consult with you offline regarding our new launch and what we're going to be doing. But I would consult with you regarding that, and you would help me come up with a branding way and a strategic way to launch and be effective. So let's talk about when we're branding and we're launching. What is our goal? What are we trying to obtain in that process?
Okay. When you are branding, it has to be cohesive. You complimented me on how beautiful my red looks.
Yes.
Look behind me, my banner.
Yes.
What color is on there? It's red,
Yes.
it's black, and it's gray, because those are my branding colors.
I
So
love
whenever someone see me, they're going to basically see me wearing black. They're going to be seeing me wearing gray or red if I am doing something professional for my business, because that's my branding colors. When you think of Walgreens, what color do you think Walgreens?
red,
Okay. When you think of McDonald's,
yellow.
okay, that's their branding color. So they're true to that brand. When you see my logo, when you see that logo, I finally have gotten it together to what I really want it to be. So now it's good to go for the next 4 or 5 years for me, with little touch ups in between. When you see Boss Business Coaching, which is the name of my company, and you see that logo, you will say, oh, that is Vision Coach Alicia's product,
Yeah.
because people will know you when you're consistent.
Yeah.
When you're up and down and you're all over the place, they do not recognize who you really are. Your name is important. One of the things that I always teach my clients, the very first thing is, what is the name of your business? Because that's where we start branding. When you tell me the name of your business, I said, does that make sense? You need to know what a person is doing immediately when they tell you the name of their business. So if I'm a coach, Boss Business Coaching. You know that I'm coaching and that I'm a boss at it.
Yes.
Not because I'm the boss, but because he is the boss.
Come
But
on.
we've got to understand that if you're going to sell shoes, you're not going to call it apple pie steps.
Right.
Nobody knows what's that. You may think steps will tell people that it's shoes.
Yes.
But because your baby's name was apple pie and that's the name that you call her, that's not a reason to name your business Apple Pie Steps. So you may say something like taking steps, and a shoe may be your logo. And so people will know exactly what it is you're doing. So you don't want to have to tell everybody every time, this is my business. Your business name has to make sense from the beginning of your branding.
Thank you. That makes so much sense. It really does. And so you talked about consistency, right? I want us to talk about that a little more, because I'm the queen of consistency. I'm very regular, with my social media posts. I keep my camera in my hand. I'm always thinking about our brand. I'm always doing like little clips to keep our followers engaged on what we're doing every day. How can people be more consistent? Does everybody need to have a coach in order to be consistent with their branding process, or do you have like a step-by-step process that they would follow to help them with consistency? Because in the beginning, I found that was one of my biggest challenge until I made that camera an extension of my hand.
Listen, first of all, to be consistent, before you even have a coach, you can have an accountability partner.
Oh.
Someone that you have been dreaming with and saying, I'm going to start this business. And they hold you accountable. Alicia, 6 months ago, you're saying you're going to start this business. What are you doing? Yes. Once you have accountability, then you can start to become consistent, because that person, your accountability partner, If they're a good accountability partner, they will hold you to what you say. Then I think every coach needs a coach, and I think everybody should have a coach.
I agree.
So, with that said, consistency comes in many different areas.
Okay.
Social media. You cannot come on social media once a month and be consistent. However, there's some people that are not yet ready to speak on social media. My clients that are like that, I teach two things. You're going to be the posting girl, and you're going to be the recorded video girl. So there's always different ways of being consistent in what's necessary and what's needed. For instance, I used to do a show called Monday Moves, and I was very, very consistent with it. But I ended up in a situation where I became a caregiver for two people. And it was very difficult to be so consistent every Monday. So I started making my Monday moves in videos. I did it, posted every Monday for an entire year. I hired someone. I sent them my videos. They made my videos professional, and I would release them. Even when I think I had maybe about 13 videos, I just started doing replays of the videos to stay in the face, to stay consistent. And then what I did finally was I took those same videos, I've now turned those into posts. And every day now I am posting one of those posts, maybe every day or every 2 days.
I love it.
But I also get on social media. I have a show on Friday nights. It's called Around the Table. You've got to stay consistent with what you begin. It's how you begin, is how you're going to end.
Yeah,
But you always have to learn that things don't have to stay the same, that you can evolve and grow and do things differently.
I love that. I love that. One of the things that I had to do was I had to learn that I don't really want to get on TikTok and twerk or TikTok and dance, because it doesn't go with me making shea butter in the kitchen or juices in the kitchen. It's just for me, it's not who I am.
Right.
And so authenticity is really important when it comes to, my posts. In the beginning, I tried to do some of the things that I thought that people were saying I should do, but then I learned really quick, that's not who I am. I ain't doing that. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be totally authentic and transparent and do me, and allow the people that are meant to follow me to follow me. And, I don't want to attract people falsely. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay. What I will say is this. We have to be authentic in order for our brand to be successful. Two things that I usually teach my clients immediately is, one, you have to have a mission statement for your business and a mission statement for yourself. Once you have a mission statement for your business and a mission statement for yourself, you learn how to be you in the spaces that you need to be you, and how to represent your business based on what you say your business is. I don't have to listen. I'm not in competition with anyone, but I know my competitors, because I am going to do my brand and me the way that I don't try to change my accent.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And so with being authentic with who I am, it attracts other people. People start conversations with me just because of my accent.
Yes.
What is it that you do? You sound so different. Where are you from?
Yes.
By being my authentic self.
Yes.
Okay. My mission statement about me reminds me of who I am, and to stay true to myself in the business that I'm in, knowing my mission statement for that business.
Yes.
Too often what happens is We allow too many people, like you said, to get in our ears,
Mm-hmm.
shift our ideas. And then when we let them shift our ideas, they do the idea that they shifted you from doing.
Mm.
And so you've got to understand who you are,
Yes.
why you're doing what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and is it something that you love doing and would continue to do it even if you were not fully successful in doing it?
Yes. Wow.
Those are the questions you have to. You cannot do it just for the money. Of course, we want to make money,
Yeah.
but you cannot be authentic when money is the entire reason why you're doing what you're doing. And
Yes.
so, what I would say to that is allow God to lead you and guide you and direct you in making the decisions
Mm-hmm.
that you have to make for your business to grow. This is a year of growth for most businesses. And if they pay attention,
Mm-hmm.
they will see that this is the season you just mentioned. New, you're bringing in a new product. I have 8 streams of income.
Whew.
8. Because there are certain streams that do better than others. What if I only have one stream? What
Mm-hmm.
happens when that well starts to dwindle and I don't have enough to go forward? So being authentic, me, I'm a creator. I create. I think what is next. And so don't allow people's opinions of what you're doing. And nothing is a failure. My first business was nail polishes. I did a vegan line of nail polish.
Wow.
It did well for about 4 or 5 years. And then everyone was really into going to the nail shop. No one wanted to polish their own nails. I did not know how to pivot
Mm.
at that time with that vegan nail polish.
Mm.
And because of that, it has been sleeping for a while. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Facebook. It has been sleeping, and I'm going somewhere with this.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe about 6 months ago, somebody saw it on Facebook and they're interested in buying the rights from.
Yes. Woo, that's beautiful.
So, what I'm saying is, when you're authentic to yourself, your ideas will become authentically available to others as well.
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Authenticity is the only way to go for me, but it took me a while to get there, Dr. Alicia. I have to say,
Yes,
in my younger years, when you say you have to know who you are, a lot of the younger version of yourself or the younger generation, they're not there yet. They need a coach or they need an accountability partner or someone to ask them some really good questions to help them discover, right, who they are and what their passion is. Or, I find that a lot of times the younger generation, they have a lot of ideas. How do they narrow those ideas down to one thing? So I know you said that you need 8 streams or multiple streams of income, and you have 8 streams. But how do they narrow that one thing down to get that money rolling in, on a regular basis, so that can help sustain their livelihood, and then they can pursue some other stuff, you know?
yes. It,
Yeah.
it, it really has to be that main thing that drives you.
Yeah.
Everyone during the pandemic found something basically that drove them. During the pandemic, I was doing pastoring. That's what I was doing. The churches got locked down, things started to be different. I had a lot of time on my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I had all this knowledge, all this skill.
Yeah.
I had taken a few coaching classes, and
Mm-hmm.
I said, what is it that I can do to help others? And Habakkuk 2 and 2 popped up in my life.
Come
Write the
on.
write
Make
the
it plain.
vision down and make it
Make it
plain.
plain.
And I heard so clearly,
Ah,
you can guide people in their visions. You are a vision coach, and I was a vision coach.
I love it.
What is that?
Yeah.
And so I started during the pandemic. And I am telling you, there's so many people that started. I helped probably about, during the pandemic, maybe about 12 women really get their businesses up and running,
That's beautiful.
really learn the craft of coaching
Yeah.
during that time. And now I'm a boss.
I love it.
I can take you from that inception of that thought, that dream, and pull it out of you and get you to see it come to fruition and have it become a tangible thing in your hand. I want to go here with you. Everyone does not have to have 7 streams of income. I have 8 streams of income because I believe in linking businesses. Every one of my businesses and streams of income links in to the other. They all support each other. I'm not out there selling shoes.
Mhm.
I'm not out there selling clothing. I am a coach. And in that coach, I'm a speaker.
Yes.
In speaking, I write. I am a writer.
Yes. Bring it home.
I create products. So I create t-shirts. I create, so everything is linked into one. So I'm still sticking to my vision. I'm not off somewhere out there trying to do a whole other type of business. I'm linking
It's
all
all
of my businesses together to support each other.
I love it.
This is my season of speaking.
I love it. That makes so much sense. We've got so many people in the comments and behind backstage, Dr. Alicia, that want to speak with you. First of all, my husband, my number one cheerleader, he's backstage just cheering you on. He said,
Thank you.
name and image. That was a powerful point you made. Thanks, Dr. Alicia. Amelia Campbell, she's backstage. She said, this is a true island queen. And Kishana, she said, this is an excellent topic. So I want to thank all of our guests in the comments that are engaged with us tonight. And I want to bring in, I've got 2 guests backstage waiting to come on. They want to ask you some questions about their businesses, Dr. Alicia. And the first guest that I'm going to bring in is Brittany Jordan. She's behind the scenes, and she's got a business question for you.
Okay, come on, Brittany.
Hello,
Right,
Dr.
Hi,
Alicia.
how are you?
Thanks for
Good,
joining
how are
us
you?
tonight. Welcome. This is Dr. Alicia. Alicia, this is Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
And go ahead, Brittany. You can ask Dr. Alicia your question.
Okay. I am the owner of Honeybee Fit. So Honeybee Fit is a fitness and wellness business where we offer one-on-one workout session, food suggestions, and my goal is to teach women how to heal their body holistically. It all came about my daughter. Our daughter was diagnosed with scleroderma of the lungs in 2019, where we were facing a stem cell transplant. And my husband, he actually suggested that we just changed her diet. We had her on 10 different medications, and we were doing chemotherapy, and things were not getting better for her. And so my husband was like, well, we've tried everything. Let's try and change her diet. And she has flourished. She is on 4 out of the 10 of the medications. Lungs are stable. She's doing really well. And so this is how Honey Be Fit came to be. And I want to teach women that is more than just exercising. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your diet. It all encompasses, your health. And so that's what I want to teach women. And so my question to you, Dr. Alicia, is how do you set your business apart from others in the industry?
Okay. The first thing that I am going to say to you is this. When you said to me, the name of my business is Honey Be Fit, I thought of exercise clothing. I just have to be you. And so I think that you have to call it what it really is. Extend the name, Honeybee Fitness.
Okay.
And just with it, the NESS we could create something above the name so that it's very attractive, but call it what it is, Honeybee Fitness. Because with that, we're going to expect something to do with our physical body, our clothing, food, whatever. But when you say Honeybee Fit, immediately I just thought of exercise clothing. That was we don't want them to wonder. Okay. So that's what I would say. Please consider that. What I would say to you is you have such a great marketing strategy with your daughter. That's what will set your business apart. To really use her as a part of the promotion and marketing plan for it. I think that I don't want to say everything on here, but I think that what you first have to do is recognize what you have. She is the evidence of this business being transformed. And so she should be the face of the business, and all the copy and everything that goes with it should support her journey. And there's a way of putting it to set it apart. Use her journey. Not only, I already see an ebook attached to this. You know, there's so much that you have here that I don't know what you're doing yet in the business, but the first thing is use what is in your hand. Moses, what's in your hand? Your daughter is in your hand. Her transformation is your business, is your story. That's what you would need. That would be my suggestion to start there. To make it different.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alicia. Do you have another question, Brittany?
Yes. Let's see. How did you market your business when it was brand new?
Ooh, child. You know what? I just am someone that I'm very confident, first of all, and I just use my mouth. I just got on social media and started telling people what I do. Hi, I started a new business. I am a vision coach. If you want to get your business up and running in the time of this pandemic, and this is just how I would say it, I'm your girl. Inbox me. And that's how I actually started. I did not know what I was doing. I just got started because I had the vision and I had the idea. And then maybe about a month into it, after I landed my first 2 clients, I started to put structure to my business. I made it an LLC. I made a decision of what I was really going to teach. I created a workbook that I teach out of. It's very, and this is how I teach. I started with where I was, but I used my mouth. You cannot be afraid to advertise for yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. But this was one of the other things that I did. I started with social media every Monday doing that segment, Monday Move. I was very consistent. And Monday Moves was giving tips and strategies about businesses and starting business. And so I used that as a format to let people know what I did and had people inbox me. The most difficult thing for me was I was afraid of pricing my product for what I was worth. But after I got my first coach and she taught me about working in my niche and working for what I was worth, I just did it. But when you're getting started, be confident. That's what I really was trying to say. Be confident about the business choice that you have made, and do not be afraid to represent it and be the face of that product. Because I didn't like social media. I was afraid of it. It really was. But I got out there and I said, listen, I am 60 some years old, and I am going to, this is the last stop for me, and I am going to make it worth my while. I am your vision coach. I am Alicia. I coach Christian business women into getting their businesses started. If you have been stuck, if you have been procrastinating, I am your girl. I will help you in 90 days to get your vision started by helping you to identify, create, and launch your business. Inbox me. This is my email address, and I will just leave it there, and that's how it happened.
That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Be confident. Use your mouth, right?
Yes.
Thank you for coming on, Brittany. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you.
Brittany, and I'm available to you for other questions after as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Dr. Alicia, I do have another person backstage that I want to bring in to talk with you. And I have a question I'm going to ask you based on your response to Brittany, but let me go ahead and bring her in first.
Sure.
All right, there she is, Dee Dee, waiting patiently. Thank you so much. Dee Dee, meet
Hello,
Dr.
everybody.
Hi, Dee Dee.
All right, go for it, Dee Dee.
Hi. I'm Dee Dee with Break the Cycle, Inc. Our mission is to ensure thriving communities and combat lost learning. I use a generational wealth component. I try to teach people that prosperity is their birthright. It is not an easy task because trying to get people to understand that poverty was put on us is not a conversation that most people want to hear. So I shifted from adults and started working with children. The children ended up being more receptive. I'm currently running a program called Wealth Genetics. It's going very well. The questions I have number one is, what can a business owner do to not get exhausted while chasing the vision?
Ooh, that's a good question. What is the name of your business again?
Break the Cycle.
Breaking the Cycle. The first thing I would say is you have to take breaks. You have to self-care your way through a lot of things. You have to set up your business so that it's not a 24-hour babysitting business. You set times. Every 3 months, I take a break. I change the schedule. I do something different because you can get overwhelmed. When I was getting overwhelmed, and sometimes everyone is not at the same place, you have to learn how to negotiate. I negotiated the best assistant. I'm telling you, sometimes you have to learn how to barter stuff so that you don't have to do everything yourself. No man is an island. When you find yourself getting exhausted and you recognize that it is so, Dee Dee, that is the time that you do what your body and your mind is telling you. It's time for refreshing. I lived 6 months on the island and 6 months in California. I remember one day I was so worn out and so tired. I put on my swimsuit, turned off the computer, went to the beach, got under the water, and just came up screaming.
Wow.
And let it all out. And I started over. Sometimes you just have to start over from that point of exhaustion. But you've got to take breaks. Why do you think they give you a vacation? Some people go on vacation and need a vacation after vacation. You have to be smart about taking breaks. You don't exhaust yourself on a vacation and go back the same way tired. You either come back a day or two early that you can have downtime for yourself, whatever. This is the other thing that I'm going to say to you. Ooh, this is a tough one. A lot of us wear ourselves out because we depend on family in our businesses. And your family is not your best customer. They will wear you out. My family was wearing me out. Okay. And so sometimes you have to separate. That's why I said there's a life statement and mission statement, and there's a business mission statement. Take breaks when necessary, is my advice to you.
That's a great advice, Dr. Alicia. Did that help you, Dee Dee?
Yes,
Yes.
okay. Ma'am, it did.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Do you have another question for Dr. Alicia? We have a time for one more question.
It was similar to the first one. How do you sustain the vision when you feel like no one else understands?
Okay. It's your vision. They don't have to understand it. It is your vision. When you're looking for the approval of other people for your vision, you've already stopped your vision from moving ahead, because the people that you think are going to support you are not going to be the one. One of my coaches says to us every day, all the time, it's the strangers for me.
Yep.
And I don't depend on people that I know
Yep.
for my business, but I get a lot of recommendations from people that I know, but I don't depend on them. It's the strangers for me. Stop trying to make your business fit somebody else's expectations. Let it be what you expect your business to become.
Great advice, Dr. Alicia. Thank you,
Okay.
Dee Dee, for coming on tonight. We appreciate your
Thank
questions. We hope that you receive some
Thank
support.
you, Dee Dee.
Dr. Alicia, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. We got Kashana in the comments rooting you on. She says, self-care, take breaks. That's good. David, my husband, he's saying, great advice, Dr. Alicia.
Listen, what I want them to understand, Dr. Mitchell, is the business will still be there when they come back if they have it set up properly to run. Listen, I wake up in the morning to that really nice song, Chi-Ching, in my PayPal, Chi-Ching, in my Cash App, because I
know that sound.
I have my business set up.
Yes.
That I do this program that's called Making Money in Your DM every day. I make money in my DM every day. So I'm not stressed out.
Come on, say it.
Yeah. I know who Jehovah Jireh is. And as long as I set up the business to run and function the way there are times that I get tired, but I take breaks.
Yeah.
I go to the spa. I have a day by myself. I remember just getting in my car and driving. Yeah. Take breaks. It's really important.
I want to talk a little bit about what you're saying about having multiple streams, because I learned that the hard way myself. You know, when I started my coaching practice back in 2010, that's all I had. In 2010 I was providing a service, a consultations as a coach. It was when I started adding products to my business in 2017, 7 years later, that my business really took off, because my products became an extension of my coaching practice. When I was having conversations with people and they buy a journal or shea butter or fresh cold pressed juice, you know, it gives me an opportunity to start having a dialogue with them about their life, about their self-care. Now that they've purchased a product, I can introduce them to my coaching. So, and also the other thing I learned is that you have to have streams of income that create stability throughout the year, because you have certain things that'll sell more of in the summer. We sell a lot more juices in the summer because we're out and about. We sell a lot more juices in the spring, right? But it's in the winter times, in the colder weather, we sell a lot more sea moss and shea butters. And so having those, you know, different products or multiple streams, it helps to create stability across the board throughout the year. So if one thing is at a valley, the other thing is at a peak, and you still have that money coming in from that other source that's doing well during that season. Do you want to say anything about that?
That is so important. Today, I placed an order for my I do t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. and I can sell t-shirts in the Virgin Islands anytime. But I'm going to be here in the States for about 3 months. I have speaking engagements. So I'm not trying to sell t-shirts. I'm here where it's snowing outside my window right now. So what do? I order sweatshirts.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to be flexible in your business. Take my same brand, Superb Woman, Hey Girlfriend, and just put it on sweatshirts. And that's what I'm going to be selling for the next 3 months. You have to be able to be flexible. You have to know your market, your target market. You have to know the seasons that you're in.
That's wonderful.
You've got to understand that. Okay, for instance, I wrote my first anthology with 9 women last year. Right now, we're doing book tours for that. But what I am doing is, I did on my birthday a book that was called Quote and Activations. I had 21 women join me for 21 days for this quote and activation session, where I wrote a quote and we activated it, the quote, and then we put scripture to it. Those same 21 women, at the end of that, I said, now I am going to teach you all how to write your own quote. Each of them produced their own quotes. So what do? 3 months later, I invited all of those 21 women to be a part of volume 2, quote and activations. 15 of them said yes. So I produced another book.
Wow.
That we're selling. You have to learn how to do what is called add-ons. We had a discussion about in and outs, but that's different. This is add-on sales. You keep it moving, you keep it going. You said you understand in the summer what juices sell.
Yeah.
But you understand in the winter your sea moss sells.
Yeah.
So now what happens to those in between months? That's when you sell both products, because you do a duo. You do a bundle with both products, because now the ones that are used, the juice for the summer, the sea moss for the winter, they get both, so they are ready for you when that next season comes.
I love it.
But this is the trick, what I'm saying to you. In whatever season you're in the summer, still sell the sea moss, but in a smaller quantity, a different size bottle.
I love it.
That's strategy.
Yes. Yes.
So that your product is not going to sleep. It's still out there, but people are not feeling, oh, I have to buy an 8 ounce. I could get this in a 4 ounce and I still have the product. And that's how you build and add strategy to marketing to your product.
It gives them some variety too, just
Definitely.
some people like new things. That's what I'm learning. They like, what you got that's new, or what you got that's different, or what you got that, I haven't seen before. Show me something new and different. A lot of times, and even just changing the size and the packaging, adding a new flavor can give it a whole different spin. We just launched our peach cobbler. That was by special request from an athlete. That was a boxer. She's like, make me some peach sea moss. And we call it peach cobbler sea moss, and she loves it. And, it was another addition. And so that's another thing we do, is we make sure, like, if our customers have special requests and it ends up being something really great, we add it to our product line.
A limited edition. She gave you an idea or strategy, and it's called peach what?
Peach cobbler sea moss, organic peach cobbler sea moss.
Peach cobbler sea moss by, and put her name on it.
Oh, I love it.
You know how much of that she's going to try to sell for you?
They would love that.
It's just marketing and strategies and growth and growing things.
I love it.
Yeah, you make her part of it.
What I hear you saying a lot Dr. Alicia, is be innovative. Own it. Own your business. Do things that maybe you haven't seen other people doing. Do things that, you get an inspiration, test it out. See if it works. And, if it doesn't work, just at least you tried it. Or
Without fear.
Yeah.
Without fear, because anything that people consider failure is really just an experience. An experience that didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. So you just pivot and do something different. But you are absolutely correct. That is in my statement. It says, I help innovative Christian women to identify, create, and launch their businesses, because you've got to be innovative. You've got to think beyond the norm of what people expect to see. And so when you can continue to be creative and to be innovative, I have so many things that I have lined up, but the season for everything is not now. Once you have something out there, you have to make sure that you leverage that thing. Once you've leveraged it, then you can add the next.
That's really good. Really good. Dr. Alicia, tell everyone how they can reach you, what social media platforms you are on, and what coaching programs you got coming up.
Okay. On my social media, my handle on all, it's Boss Business Coaching. On Facebook, I have a personal page, Alicia George. Then my business page is Boss Business Coaching. My IG is also Boss Business Coaching. And my business page is Boss Business Coaching. Did you hear something there, Linda?
Yes, boss.
Consistency across the board, so that people don't have to search for it. If you want to get to me on my website, it's www.boss-business-coaching.com. Boss-coaching-business.com. And you can reach me in my DM. Very easy. Alicia George.
I love it. You stay on those DMs. You're very responsive.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. That is a other business strategy for me. I make money through my DM.
Yeah.
I book all my shows through my DM. I sell this one product, how to make money through your DM, through my DM. And I have groups in my DM. I make that DM work for me to make money.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I want to thank you for coming on tonight. Do you have any coaching programs that you have? Group?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Right now, I have a coaching program. It must be by groups of 5s, and it's a very, very lucrative program. It's a 90-day program, and it's your intro eye opener program. It's very inexpensive. It's $97 a month. And then I have a program that's called Pay As You Go. You could go on my website and you could decide which one of those Pay As You Go programs are for you. And then there are those programs that you have to invest. Yeah. If you want to be a part of those programs, you have to make up your mind that you're going to invest. But the intro program is very easy to work with me, to get started, to understand how I work. And it's $97 a month. And you have to work with me for at least 3 months with that $97 program. Well, so that's the intro to my coaching programs.
That's very affordable. That's a couple not a couple of less stops at Starbucks, a couple of less stops at the drive-through, right?
Yes.
Maybe take out some of those extras and pay that $97 to get started. And you know, I just want to thank you for coming on. You're amazing, Dr. Alicia. Your energy is amazing. You're transparent. You're authentic. And I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing in the community. You took what you didn't see available to you and you paid it forward by setting up your vision and dream coaching business. And you're doing it. You're helping women, Christian women, to accomplish their vision and their dreams. And I just want to thank you for everything that you do and being an amazing guest tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Linda, for having me. I appreciate it so much. My goal this year in 2023, by the end of December, is to help 100 women in business. So far, I am at 35. And I intend to help women bring their dreams and their visions to life. My slogan is, once you work with me, it comes alive.
That's beautiful. Thank you for joining the show tonight.
Thank you.
Dr. Alicia was amazing tonight. A fantastic show. I love meeting amazing women and bringing them to the forefront. So to give them their flowers, like my husband says, and also to give them the space to share what they do to help the community. We all have dreams. We all have visions, and we all have the desires. And sometimes we just need a little support. We need a little bit of coaching. Some of the best women that are out here doing the thing on major platforms have coaches. Oprah has a coach. Viola Davis has a coach. You know, some of the best women out there doing amazing things have coaches. I have a coach. You know, we always have to have someone to hold us accountable. We have to have someone to help us to be strategic, right? And as women, we need someone to encourage us to delegate, because that is something that we really need to get better at. We have a tendency to do a lot of things ourselves. We'll roll up our sleeves in a minute and get it done. But this is the season of delegating, of getting a team around you, hiring a virtual assistant, hiring people that can support you so you can focus on your self-care more, on your me time more, right? And allow yourself to come full throttle, right? Because you took the time to put your oxygen mask on. So I just want to thank Dr. Alicia for coming on. She's amazing. She gave you all of her social media platforms. Please go follow her on those platforms, because she gives out some great tips and some great information. And be sure to follow us, Sweetheart Mitchell Collection, my husband and David, our health and wellness business, so you can see what we're doing in the community as well. Thanks for joining me tonight. And next Friday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll have another amazing guest. They're already lined up, so join me then. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.